What I got from this book was the initial mindset switch that many of us need to have to go away from being a drifter to becoming a successful, well-performing man. 3 of my favorite books that have honestly led to changing my entire life and have put me on a path towards success. So today is National Donut Day, or whatever, so I'm going to be going to a few different donut places, getting some. I've been pretty good on my diet this week. Just did 30 minutes or so of cardio, showered up. Gonna go try 2 spots in Orlando. Take y'all with me. That's phenomenal.
What, but you can get a free one from me. You got me. What free? Good boy.
Look at that. Watch this all fall out. Got the cook. What is this, Cookie Monster? Bro, there's something inside.
Oh my god.
This ruins all the cardio I just did this week. Wait, which one do you say oh my god to? Hold on, let me try these first and switch. That one's vegan. I don't like that. About to go work out. I ate donuts twice today. Ate the donuts, played Minecraft, had a sugar crash, took a nap, woke up, ate donuts again. I woke up, just ate more. Feel like shit. Should not have done it. Was not worth. But the only meals of the day are the donuts, and then all I'm gonna eat for dinner is just straight chicken breast. Just like 150 grams of protein from chicken for the rest of the day. About to go train though. Arms and shoulders. Have the Rise pump caps. I love these. People keep asking me what these are. You can take this at nighttime. You don't need caffeine. I take this with coffee because I drink a lot of coffee sometimes. If I don't feel like taking a powder-based pre-workout because it's just like I don't want to mix it, then I usually just take this. 4 to 5 caps. Basically, it's just like a pump pre-workout in a pill. Vasodilation, make you more vascular and give you a better pump without having to mix in a powder, basically is what it is. Code Alex, 15% off. I see this generation we're living in and the amount of just like kids who are mindlessly like throwing their life away, becoming drifters in a sense in society, just living and seeking the wrong things, and me being in a position where I am still a young man, but I have achieved so much in a short amount of time and I'm in a very blessed position in life. I want to speak to y'all and give y'all advice on what first brought me here, the mindsets and whatnot that brought me here, but how you guys are like, you're living for the stupidest things, chasing after stupid things, and you need to have an awakening in your head and your brain. So today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 of of my favorite books that have honestly led to changing my entire life and have put me on a path towards success and towards being an efficient man of God. Getting into it, starting off right away, first book that I say will always have a special place in my heart, being Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It is such an amazing book. In this book, just growing up, I always thought I just thought differently from everybody else. I thought nobody thought the way that I thought. I remember one time I was dropping off one of my old best friends in a college town. I had to drop him, and it was on a weekend, and I'm driving through this town, and I'm like seeing all these, I call them crash outs. You know, it's a person who mindlessly just drives into the wall. It's what they make the mannequin guys do in those like car tests. So like I call them crash dummies or crash outs, because not that I'm any better than them morally or in the eyes of God. It's more so that I watch all these guys who are just walking from bar to bar, these girls and guys who are just obviously stupid drunk or high or whatnot. And I'm thinking to myself as a sober kid in that car, I'm like, bro, like what are these guys doing? I'm like, this is what they do like every day, every night, or every single weekend. Like this is just like meaningless. Like it's just like you're living for what? What is the next step? What are you progressing towards? And I always felt like I thought differently and nobody else thought like that. And then I read this book and it talked about drifters, and it changed like everything, bro. It made me first off get a better understanding of exactly what it means to be a drifter and how I can be the opposite of that. But it made me, it clicked, and I was like, whoa, this is like the way I always thought about like other people in life, or like people who drift through society, because I never have been a drifter, I would say. But to see it, it clicked for me. And I feel like a lot of y'all even watching this video, you might be a drifter, so I highly recommend reading the book. So I've got some points down here because it's been a while since I read it, so I'm full transparency. I'm doing ChatGPT to help give an understanding. But first is the existence of the devil. Now, it's not the devil in the Christian worldview, the frame that they say that the devil is. They say the devil is not necessarily as a literal being, but a metaphor for the negative forces within us that hinder personal growth and success. According to Napoleon Hill, the devil thrives on people's fears and exploits them to ensure that they do not reach their full potential. So the devil will make you, in a sense, a drifter by distracting you with worldly things, with money, with women, with going out getting drunk, like these kids at the college town bars, just getting drunk, having fun, doing drugs, because it limits them from reaching their greatest potential. Rather, if they were sober-minded, like even the Bible teaches, in a sense, you can become more productive to progress in life and to be in a more efficient man. But the devil will use these worldly things that look pleasing to you to limit you from reaching that point. Second is definite purpose. One of the primary themes of this book is the importance of having a clear and definite purpose in life. Hill argues that without a clear goal, individuals are susceptible to the devil's influence, which leads to drifting without meaningful direction. So making sure, a lot of us struggle with purpose. School, and this is why I hate the school system, is it distracts us so much because it throws all these different topics and subjects that we're forced to do, and it makes us struggle with understanding what we truly might want to actually accomplish and do in life. So when I ask kids who are in high school or college, like, yo, what do you want to do for a living? They're just like, I don't know. And I'm like, what are you going to school for? Business. I'm like, so you're telling me you're putting yourself in tens of not hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, not knowing what you want to do, but you're just getting a business degree? There's no definite purpose. What's the next step? There's no plan of action. It's just like you're doing what everybody else is doing because you've been told to do this, right? You've been told to go to school just to do whatever. My favorite topic in this book, Napoleon Hill introduces the concept of drifting or becoming a drifter as one of the devil's tools to control the mind. Drifting occurs when people lack a definite purpose. This makes them an easy target for negativity and failure. Drifting, becoming, like when I was watching these kids, it's like you're in a state of mind where you're not really seeking towards anything better. You're just stuck in that present day, repetitive day cycle of go to school, whatever, come home, crash out, go out of the bars, crash out, hook up with a chick, go play video games, sleep, repeat the same process. You're drifting. There's nothing you're seeking towards. Last, self-discipline and mastery over self. The book emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and control over one's thoughts. By mastering their thoughts, individuals can avoid negative influences and focus on positive actions that lead to success. I always would stress when I started social media and I would go over topics, whatever like this, I would always say how the most important key thing you can have is self-awareness. When you're not self-aware, you will drift. When you can become self-aware of your own toxic tendencies, that's where you will excel as a man, because you can become aware. You look from an outside point looking in, what traits do I have that are not permittable to allow me to become a better man, right? So having that self-discipline and to master and to have self-awareness, you can master your own self and you can get rid of those toxic habits that you once had in order to only put in good topics. And this honestly leads a lot towards the Christian worldview of learning to have self-discipline and mastery over yourself by submitting to a higher power. I don't believe you can be a fulfilled, successful man, especially an entrepreneur, unless you have a foundation rooted in God. The Awe of God by John Bevere is my second favorite book that has really helped change my world, my life, and my worldview of how I view Christianity, how I view God. So it explores the profound respect and reverence, which is a key word in that book, is reverence, that believers should have towards God. Number one is understanding the awe of God. How can you change your toxic way of life unless you were submitting to a higher power? And how can you submit or want to submit to a higher power unless you were in awe of him? And in a sense, you're also fearful of him because of how great that awe is. It's not a fear that drives you away, rather a fear that brings you closer to him. It's a fear that was brought out of love because it's a fear that purifies you and makes you more like him. Second point on this book, impact on obedience and sin. The book argues that a true awe of God leads towards genuine obedience to his commands. When believers truly revere God, you're less likely to sin and more inclined to live righteously. When you're submitting to a God, you have an awe for how great, how wonderful God is, how much he has done for you, how much you can love him, and how much he loves you. It creates a mutual respect where you, in a sense, fear him and want to please him. The same way I could say, I wanted to get straight A's on my report card throughout all of middle school to please my dad. In a sense, it was slightly driven by wanting to please him because I had an awe for my father, but also a slight of a fear against it. Not a fear because he scared me growing up, none of that. It's a fear because I revere him so much and I have an awe for him so much that I wanted to please him through my grades. Because of that, it made me take action to study more to make better grades, rather than if I did not have a fear for my father or I didn't have an awe for him and I didn't care about pleasing him, I would have not cared about my grades and I would have had straight D's or C's instead of my straight A's that I got throughout all of middle school. A catalyst for worship. The awe of God is presented as a catalyst for true worship that stems from an awe of God that is genuine and profound. When I am able to worship with my guitar, it only is when I can experience the gratitude and the love that I have for the Lord, where I can really have an intimate worship experience. When I am in awe of the wonders that God has done in my life and how much he loves me, and I'm in awe and I revere how great and wonderful he is, that's when I can experience the deepest worship that is more fulfilling than any amount of money that I've ever gotten in life than anything else. Now, if you want to meet other fellow believers, join our Discord, The Crusade, link down below in the description. We're doing Bible studies 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, I believe is what we committed to. And I'm going to be doing them at about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go in, I'll talk to y'all. Y'all can ask me questions about literally anything, preferably relating to God, and I'll do my best to answer them. Getting to the last book, which was actually the first book that I actually, took time to read. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is the classic. A lot of people know about this book. It's similar to what I would say is like this mindset aspect of how your mindset should be comes crucial, and it's taught very well in this book. Key point 1, desire. Napoleon Hill starts by stressing the importance of desire as the starting point of all achievement. You need to have a definite purpose. Like, what do you want to do? Have a desire, like a burning desire in you to accomplish and fulfill it. Second 2, faith. Visualization and belief in the attainment of desire reinforces one's ability to succeed. Hill discusses how faith works with desire and how repeating positive affirmations can help one reinforce a visualization and belief, thus transforming them into reality. Now, when I say affirmations, I don't want you to think of this as some like cult, like I have to repeat this every single morning and night. No, it's training your subconscious mind to grow and accept towards mindsets and ideas, which is going to go in the next point, which is auto-suggestion. Number 3. This principle, auto-suggestion, focuses on influencing the subconscious mind through directed suggestions. Hill emphasizes the importance of feeding the subconscious with positive thoughts and goals to guide it towards desired outcomes. So the way I would explain this is if you were wired in a state like where you grew up, where you have a negative connotation of the way you view things, you have to retrain and rewire your brain to do this. A big thing is to suggest things to it, positive things to it, reinforcing only positive ideals. Even when you don't feel positive, you force it into your brain, and over time, your subconscious mind learns to gravitate and relate to more of these things. So now when you're trying to achieve, let's say, a business in life, and your subconscious mind comes across a thought that could potentially benefit that, it will bring it into your head, rather than before you had that concept of auto-suggestion, that thought would just fly right by, right? So it's retraining your brain to gravitate towards positive thoughts like this. What I got from this book was to figure out exactly what my one desire was going to be successful in social media. To have the faith in God. It wasn't a faith in myself, it was a faith in God. God granted me this ability to become successful in this, and I started transforming my mind and my thoughts into positive things. Anything that could benefit my brand, I started telling myself, I will be successful in this industry. I will do well. There's no doubt in my mind I will do well. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to be persistent at it. And that's exactly what I did. And throughout that journey, different thoughts, video ideas, everything came into my subconscious mind. mind that I put into action that have brought me to a point where I've been able to grow millions of subscribers and followers over all my social media platforms, and I've been able to make a lot of money and whatnot throughout. Not that that's the purpose of it, but I'm telling you, this book has helped a lot with the initial mindset switch that many of us need to have to go away from being a drifter to becoming a successful, well-performing man. So I think this book, along with Outwitting the Devil, go hand in hand. Read both of them. And then you need to have a foundation in Jesus and God. Read the Awe of God, because that will keep you stable and will keep you on a firm foundation so that you don't get too full of yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm not shit. I'm not nothing. No matter how successful I could ever be, I am nothing. I am nothing compared to what God is. And I will always submit to him at the end of the day. And that will keep you humble, and that will keep you chasing after him. And all these things come after. So yeah, that's my favorite books that have changed my life. Love y'all. Join the Discords down below. We have the Internet Money Discord. We have options alerts. We're getting into sports stuff here soon. I have the Crusade, which is my Christian Discord, if you want to have community over there. And you can also apply for the Inner Circle, which is a men's group that I've been running. It's extremely exclusive with me. So yeah, love y'all. God bless. Till next time. Peace out.